The core and pelvic floor. You can do your tummy and pelvic floor work in any position, but lying down may be the easiest way for you to start. You may like to lie on a folded blanket for comfort and bend your knees with your feet flat. Relax your shoulders and your face. Turn your mind to your breath and take a few deep breaths. On the next exhale, let the area below the belly button drop back towards the spine. Inhale, let the belly rise again. Exhale, belly back. Inhale, belly lifts. Repeat that a few more times, working with your breath. If you're new to this, then don't work too hard. And if you've had a C-section, then work extremely gently on the tummy and stop if it feels tender or painful. Exhale, tummy back. And inhale, tummy lifts. This gentle work will bring strength to your deepest layer of abdominal muscles, called your transverse muscle. This goes horizontally across your middle and acts like a belt, helping to support your lower back. Now we're going to introduce the pelvic floor work. Pelvic floor work stimulates blood flow in this area. This will help stitches, tissue damage, or swelling to heal more quickly. Begin with a long inhale. And as you exhale, pull in and up on your tummy as you've just been doing. But now, squeeze and lift the pelvic floor as though you're trying to stop yourself from doing a wee and holding back wind at the same time. And then as you inhale, soften and release. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, release. So continue a few more rounds using your own breath. If your baby's very new, you may find there's still little or no sensation in this area. It can take months to regain your full strength again, but you do need to keep going. If you've been practicing this for a little while, and you now feel some support in your pelvic floor, then you can move on to narrowing your waist, as though you're tightening up a belt, at the same time as pulling in the lower belly. Otherwise, just stick to the lower belly. Work gently, and stay comfortable throughout. This next movement may feel nice on your lower back and help the bones in the pelvis settle back into position after birth. It can also help to move trapped wind, which is a common issue after a C-section. If you're feeling tired, however, then skip this step and go straight onto the shoulder section. Begin with a long inhale, and as you exhale, lift pelvic floor, draw in the lower belly and press the lower back onto the floor. Inhale, lift the lower back, and exhale, press the lower back onto the floor, so that you're just rocking on the pelvis. If that felt okay, then we can move a little bit more strongly. As you exhale, press your lower back into the floor and then pick the hips up, not too far. As you inhale, keep the lower back long and carefully place the spine and then the hips back down on the floor. Exhale, lower back goes onto the floor as the hips come up. And inhale, carefully back down again. Keeping your knees parallel as you come up, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Exhale up, and inhale to come down. Now take your right leg up into the air. Stretch your heel towards the ceiling and then rotate your ankle. If your baby's very new, you may still have some fluid retention in your body. This may help to shift it. And then change direction. And then bring the leg down. And lift the left leg. Getting the legs raised can be very refreshing, especially if you're feeling low in energy. And change direction. And then bring the foot down. Stretch your left leg along the floor and step your right foot over. Bring your hands into prayer position over your breastbone. Press your palms together and take a few deep breaths. As you exhale, pull your pelvic floor and your lower belly in, or if you've moved on, then narrow your waist too. If you've been told you have diastasis recti, or separation of the abdominals, then this pose, with correct breath, may encourage the gap to close. Remember to work very gently if you've had a C-section, or if you have little or no support in your pelvic floor. And changing sides, step your right foot over, bend your left knee, extend your right leg, and then step your left foot over. As you push your palms together, get a feeling of spreading your shoulder blades away from the spine and broadening your chest. Extend the heel of the straight leg away so that you can feel your lower back lengthening. As you exhale, tummy back, pelvic floor lifts. As you inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale, release. And then step the foot back over and bring both feet onto the floor. Then carefully coming up to a seated position, making sure that you take care of your tummy, pelvis and lower back. Rolling all the way over onto one side and push both hands into the floor to bring you up to sitting so that your tummy stays passive. Neck and shoulders. If your baby is less than 6 weeks old, then take this sequence kneeling on blocks or cushions. If your baby's older than 6 weeks, then you can do this with your legs crossed. Spine is straight, shoulders relaxed. And start to paint a circle in the air in front of you with your nose. It doesn't have to be a big movement. You may want to let the circles increase as your neck warms up. Other direction. And then take your hands onto the back of your head, gently easing your chin towards your throat. And rub out the back of your head and your neck. Your neck can become very tight from long periods of holding, feeding and carrying your baby. And then hold the back of your head and stretch up through your chin. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest. And inhale, lift your chin up, making sure that your head is supported. Exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, chin lifts up. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Then bring your hands in front of you. Tuck your thumbs under your fingers and squeeze them really hard, and then rotate your wrists. You may find that your hands and wrists get stiff from long periods of holding your baby. This movement can help to relieve aches and pains. Keep your elbows bent and your shoulders relaxed. Other direction. And then open up your fingers like rays of sunshine. And if your baby's awake and engaged, then you can cover them in pitter-patter raindrops, or just stretch forwards. Make a fist again, this time with the thumbs on the outside, and move your wrists up and down. And then side to side, checking that your shoulders remain relaxed. And perhaps sunshine and raindrops. Fingers to shoulders. Touch your elbows together in front. Brush past your ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. And then sweeping big circles in the air. If you do just a few of these after each time you feed your baby, this will help to ease the accumulation of tension in the shoulders. Big breath in, long breath out. And then changing direction. If you're feeling tired from nights of broken sleep or feeling the effects of hormonal fluctuations, then sometimes you can feel a little bit low. This exercise may help to give you a boost as it opens up the lungs and it encourages the breath to be deep. It also helps to tone the pectorals, which are the muscles that support the heavy weight of the breasts. Exhale, bring your forearms in front of you and squeeze them together. Feel the upper back opening. Inhale, take the arms back, feeling the openness in the front of the body. Exhale, close. And inhale, open. If your baby's up for playtime, then this can turn into a game of peekaboo. Exhale, close. And inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Bowing your head as the arms come together and lifting it as they reach back. Hands down. Inhale, lifting your left arm up, and exhale, reaching over to the right side. Inhale, right arm lifts up, and exhale over to the left. Inhale up, exhale over. If your baby's not yet 6 weeks, particularly if you've had a C-section, then stay with Veronica, who's simply stretching her arm up and not coming into the side stretch. Make sure that you move with your breath. As you exhale, pull your tummy and pelvic floor up. All fours. You may wish to put a blanket or a cushion under your knees. And if you're playing with your baby, then you can lean over them. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Stretch one leg back, pushing into the heel, and then change sides. And then both knees on the floor. If your wrists are uncomfortable, then place your forearms down on the floor. But either way, keep your front ribs pulled in so that the lower back doesn't dip. Reach your right arm out to the side. If your abdominals are separated, then only bring the arm out to shoulder height. Otherwise, feel free to reach up towards the ceiling in a twist. As you exhale, sweep the arm under the body. Inhale, open and lift. And exhale, sweep the arm down as you close the body. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Inhale. And exhale. You can look up as you move or keep the gaze down at the floor or your baby. Inhale up. Exhale under. Inhale. And then hand to the floor. Left side, inhale, reaching up, twisting, and exhale, sweep the arm under the body. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And then hands to the floor. Sit back on your heels for a dynamic shoulder release sequence. Bring the arms out to the side and rise up as you interlace your fingers, press the palms towards the ceiling. Sit back on your heels as you round your back, pressing the palms forwards. Bring hands to shoulders and reach up again, rising onto your knees. Press up through the palms. Exhale, round your back, spreading out your shoulder blades, tuck in your tummy and your pelvic floor. Hands to shoulders. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, press the palms forwards. Repeat this a few more times. Let your movement be an expression of your breath so that the two feel completely linked. This will keep your mind present and receptive. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then back into the all fours position for cat and cow, Marjari Asana, Bittilasana. As you inhale, raise your head, lift your tail. As you exhale, drop your head, tuck your tailbone under, and suck your belly and your pelvic floor in. Inhale, lift the head, lift the tail. Exhale, drop your head, drop your tail. These movements can help to free up your neck and your spine. They strengthen the postural muscles in the front and the back of the body. You may like to do just a few of these each time you lay your baby down on the floor to play or for a nappy change. If you feel any tugging or pulling on your C-section scar, then ease right back or stop. And after a few rounds, you may even like to bend your elbows as you lift your head to squeeze the shoulder blades together, helping to massage out any knots of tension. And then we can expand this into the rolling cat. As you exhale, sink back towards your heels. As you inhale, stay low along the floor. If you're playing with your baby, you can give them a munch or a kiss on your way past. Exhale, arching the back, stretch back towards your heels. And inhale, rolling along the floor. Exhale, arching back. And inhale, coming forwards. This movement strengthens and stretches the lower back and the arms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then rest for a short while in child's pose, with your arms folded underneath your head and your hips resting back towards your heels. Knees can be together or apart. Relax your shoulders and allow your breath to rest. Moving into a slightly stronger practice called the running plank. So starting off in your all fours position, with your front ribs pulled in and your belly held back to support your lower back. Then stretch your right leg back. And then place the knee back on the floor. Straighten the left leg. And then place the knee back on the floor. Make sure that your front ribs stay pulled in so the lower back stays lifted. If you've been practicing this for a while and you feel ready to move on to a stronger version, Then switch legs in mid-air as I'm showing you. But please stay with Veronica if you're not ready for this yet. Then sit back on your heels and rest for a moment with your hands at your heart center. Feel your breath settling down. Standing poses. Let's come up to standing. It's very important to take care of your back and pelvis as you change position. Get into the habit of squeezing your pelvic floor muscles and pulling in your tummy as you move between the floor and standing, or if you're picking up your baby, changing bag or car seat. You can see Veronica make sure that Ziva is close to her body before she comes up to standing so that her back doesn't strain. Mountain pose. Try and hold your baby in the centre of your body with your shoulders relaxed whenever you can. Make sure that you don't lock your knees and thrust your hips forwards, which can happen particularly as your baby gets bigger. Spread your toes and drop into your heels and the balls of your feet. Lift the inner arches and feel this lift toning the legs. Crown and tailbone lined up with each other and baby held close in. Take the weight into one foot and then the other, and then find the central point between those two. Now as you exhale, scoop your pelvis down and forwards, squeezing your pelvic floor, and then back the same way, releasing. Squeeze as you scoop forwards, and release as you scoop back. Squeeze, and release. You can squeeze your buttocks too, but check that you're not doing this instead of the pelvic floor. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. And then keep your knees bent and move into some smooth hip circles, going slowly round and round. The ligaments in the pelvis have softened through pregnancy, so the bones could make way for your baby during labour. It can take 3 to 5 months for these ligaments to firm up again, and longer if you're breastfeeding. In the meantime, we can use these movements to help strengthen the muscles that support the pelvis. And change direction. You may find that this soothes the back and strengthens the legs. And if you're holding your baby, then check that your shoulders still remain relaxed. Next, a loose swinging twist to help ease tension through the spine and tone the waist. If you're not holding your baby, then you can let your arms swing heavily around your body. If you have abdominal separation, then only come gently into this twist. As you twist, be sure to let the heel of the foot that you're twisting away from come off the floor so that your knee is protected. You can look behind you as you move, or keep your gaze forwards. If your arms are free and you want to take the last few a little bit more strongly, then raise your arms to shoulder height and reach your back arms straight behind you for the last few rounds. Then change to a marching step, bringing one knee towards your opposite elbow as you exhale, twisting across your middle. If you have abdominal separation, then follow Veronica, who's keeping her foot on the floor. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now a lunge to strengthen the thighs and the knee joints, which can become weakened during pregnancy. Take your right foot forwards. Squeeze the pelvic floor and the tummy and see if you can keep those pulled back as you dip up and down. If your hands are free, place them on your hips. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale, bending your knees, taking particular care to make sure that your front knee aligns with the center of your front foot. Exhale, inhale. If you're tired, stop with Veronica or keep going with me if you're feeling stronger. Joint pain, particularly in the legs and hips, is very common between 3 and 7 months postnatal, so if you're stiff in your joints, then don't come so far into the lunge. Changing sides. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Check your pelvic floor and tummy are still back. Stop with Veronica or keep going with me. And then have a good shake out, flicking from your hips into your toes. Seated poses. Moving back down to the floor. Pull back your tummy and lift your pelvic floor before you move. If you're coming down holding your baby, then keep baby close to your body until you're on the floor and then lay the baby down so that your back doesn't strain. Head to knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. Draw your right heel in towards your left thigh. If your knee's floating in the air, then put a block or a cushion underneath it. Turn towards the straight leg and reach forwards for the shin, the ankle or the foot. Breathe deeply into your belly. As you exhale, pull in the tummy and the pelvic floor. And as you inhale, relax them. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale, release. And then changing side. So twisting round so that your breastbone lines up with your knee and extending forwards, reaching for the ankle or the shin. This pose with correct breath can help to tone the internal muscles of the pelvis, which can help to align and support the uterus, the bowel and the bladder, and help them back into place after pregnancy. Inhale, exhale, pull tummy in. Inhale, exhale, pull tummy in. And then release. Crossing your legs. Bringing your hands onto the floor behind you and lift up through the chest, rolling the shoulders back. You can look up if your neck is okay with that position or look forwards and take a few deep breaths, filling the front of your body with your breath, all the way from your chin across your belly. Buzzing bee breath, Brahmari. Sitting comfortably on the floor. If your baby is not yet 6 weeks, then kneel as you were in the beginning. This breath practice is called Brahmari, or the buzzing bee. Palms together. Inhale as the arms come up, cover your ears, and a long exhale out through your nose with a humming sound. Hands together, inhale up, cover your ears, shut your eyes. If you're ever feeling anxious, angry, or upset by the demands of your baby, then put your baby down somewhere safe and take 5 of these breaths. It lowers the heart rate, reducing stress and anxiety. So you may find that you're able to come back to your baby feeling calmer and more in control. Relaxation. Now more than ever, your relaxation is a vital part of your yoga practice. You may like to do this with your legs raised on a chair, with padding underneath your hips. Or if you're not using a chair, then a rolled blanket or cushion underneath your knees may make your back more comfortable. You may like to put an eye bag or a scarf over your eyes to help them relax. If your baby's awake and happy during your relaxation, then see if you can have a few quiet moments being near each other without having to interact. This time of stillness can be a fantastic tonic for you, especially if you're feeling depleted. Feel the support underneath your body and allow yourself to soften and relax into this. As you inhale, draw the breath up from your toes to the crown of your head. As you exhale, breathe down from your crown to your toes. Inhale, drawing the breath up, and exhale, let the breath trickle back down again. You may like to visualize this simply as energy, or perhaps the breath has a color or a texture. This breath is replenishing and revitalizing, bringing energy to every cell in your body. Inhale up and exhale down. You can stay here for as long as you wish, but when it's time to move, awaken yourself very gently.